What's up guys, this is Easy and this is One More Week to Greatness episode number 3. Trying to figure out where my eyes are at the moment. So a lot of things have happened in the last week, giving you an account update. I'm now currently at level 26. And let's go over the account. So a lot of the biggest things that have been happening over the last week is this event, Our Site of the Chosen. As you can see, I've been able to kind of get up in the rankings here and beat pro with a couple of friends. I'm gonna go end up over here and show you my points from last week. I'm gonna go to the Kupo guy, little fatty Kupo man, and show you the points that I've been able to collect. So I'm gonna turn this down a little bit because it seems a little loud. Okay, so I've been able to get like 95,692 as you can see on the screen. Last couple of days since I've found a couple of friend reps or friends that have Orlando, I've been able to get maybe anywhere between 10 to 15,000 points a day. So to go over what I want to get is, starting from the top, I'm going to buy the Kiyomori. That's going to be a priority for me because I need damage early game, and I've been grinding pretty hard for this. This weapon alone is going to help lightning overall and my damage output. So I'm picking up the Kiyomori first. As if you watched last week's video, I ended up buying a couple of summoning tickets, so that was that. So I haven't really been spending a lot of money on that. So I'm picking up the Kiyomori. The Durandal, I'm picking up this because I want the light damage. And apparently it can only be used on lightning at this point in time. It's going to help me get the points out, or the damage output I need to get more points before the end of Wednesday. So I have 2 more days to grind super hard. The battle hoop, I know it's not a big thing for a lot of people. Some YouTubers think it's not worth it to buy. I have no weapons that have a lot of damage output on them, so this is going to be a backup for one of those users. I'm actually been liking Soleil a little bit. She's actually helped out a lot with the damage output with her buff, so I'm going to be picking that up. I kind of don't want the white staff because I have better stuff, so I'm actually going to hold off on that. My biggest things after this, I don't have Orlando, so I'm not picking up Crushed Helm at this point in time, but I may change my mind later on down the road. Healing Waltz, it depends. I'm going to think about it. I'm going to sit on this one until the end of the event because I still have time to pick up stuff after the event ends, so I'm not going to be picking that up. I'm thinking about buying Poach, maybe 8 of them, but I think for now I'm just gonna end up picking up 4 just because of the damage output I need for certain events, and coming down the road, playing on my other account, just playing around because it's a little bit further in the scenario portion. I'm finding that having this type of buff actually is going to help in the scenarios, and I think that's overall going to help me down the road, being able to get through some of the bosses faster, and just overall damage output. So I'm picking up 4 right now, so that's on my list. So going down here, Life Front, I was watching another YouTube's, I think it's Vorty is his name, and he picked up 2 of the life fonts. I'm going to listen to him and pick up 2 of those just because it'll help overall with the livelihood in some of the quest or the expeditions that I've been running. I did find out that later on down the road, if you don't have a healer that has Purify or Cure Poison, that's going to end up holding me up later on, and I don't want to end up stopping in the middle of an expedition just because I don't like leaving the expeditions early to lose out on XP and lose out on gil that I can get. First strike, I'm not picking this up. I don't have any guys right now that need it, so I'm holding off on that. I do plan on getting the 6-star leveling materials. That is going to be... Where am I going at? The Sacred Crystals. That's going to be down here. I do have only 14,000 left, so I'm going to hold off on these. Picking these up right now. Because I just want to pick them up all at once. If I do have enough, I'm going to pick up the summoning tickets. Where are they at? The remainder of the summoning tickets. The 6,000 for 2, I'm definitely going to be picking up. I'm not sure if I'm going to end up having enough points to get the summoning tickets for the 6,000. This is 18,000 up front, so it's not a really big priority for me. One thing I do want most of all is the Star Quartz. Later on in the scenarios of where I'm at, there's the lance that you can get for 100 Star Quartz from the Fat Chocobo. So I'm going to end up getting that one later on, and hopefully being able to use it as a dual wield on Lightning. So that's where I'm at in just overall buying the materials. So priorities for me, not necessarily for you, is the 6-star awakening materials. So I'm gonna be getting that. Maybe the Scream Roots, because I haven't picked up any of the boxes. I haven't created any of the keys to open up those boxes. Where are they at here? Wrong one. You know it's that. You gotta use the Scream Roots to make the keys and open the boxes that are closed. So that's where I'm going with that. So getting these materials right now, these weapons, is gonna help me out tremendously in farming. So I'm going to go in here to equip equip those materials. So I'm super excited to get those items on them. So I'm gonna equip them now and then run it through some of the scenarios that I've been running through, just to show you how they've been doing it. I think this is gonna destroy a lot of I guess overall energy or HP on the guys. So I'm super excited about that. So I'm gonna put Kilmore on him. I was hoping that someone else could use the Durandal, but we'll work with what we got. So using Vortex, I've had a couple of friends that were able to do the pro version, so that helps me out a lot on the damage output. So I'm going to use Judge here, and we're just gonna run this through. As I was saying, like, I found Soleil very, very useful because she helps out on the damage output. So I go over here and use the boosted attack. So, and I use this first just to make sure I get the buff out. Thunderaga, and then I use the lightning stab. This first boss apparently has a defense against light. So, and I just use Cure on Ovelia. And then I'm gonna run this through, see how the damage output is. I used to have a lot bring this guy maybe to 50%. And apparently it's still about the same. And that's kind of disappointing. I thought the damage output was going to end up being a little bit more. Maybe it's just because I'm using spells and not so much the weapons itself. So, and I hide Soleil because she helps out on the third guy. I think she helps the most on him. So I'm gonna use Lightning Stab again. Thunderaga. I think I did this one already. Lightning. Lawrence. Chizuru. And Ovelia heal on Lightning. So I end up, like I said, I ended up starting this account maybe a couple of days ago. Maybe it's hitting what, maybe 10 days max, and I'm hitting level 28. I think I'm at level 28 now, and I've just been grinding hard on this account. So I'm gonna talk about the next event coming up, where you have to use someone. Sorry, losing my train of thought. Using someone that was able to steal. So I ended up getting on Van on this account, so I'm gonna be using him a lot to level him up, I guess, and then just grinding out the stealing / killing. I don't know how it's gonna end up working, so hopefully I'll be able to do very well on that and see where I can get in the game. So we'll see how that goes. I'm probably gonna cut this entire part out, so just to let you know, because I'm going to die apparently. So we'll see how this goes. Release the Gigas? So we'll see if I get wrecked by this guy, because I didn't think I was gonna get wrecked at all. Oh wait, do I have crap? Yeah, I'm gonna have to just do it this way. So this rep typically didn't fail me, and I also didn't let Soleil hide on the second boss, so I might get wrecked. We'll see how this goes. Damage and reduce attack. I'm gonna do this one. Hopefully this is gonna work. Hit once, yes. Okay, good. If he only hits me for like 9k or 900, I'm good to go. And luckily, I get through that. So that's kind of like how I've been doing it. Hopefully the weapons are gonna help me in the scenario. So we'll see how that goes. And we'll go into the account review. We're gonna go into here. As you can see that my guys aren't the best. I really appreciate the 27,000 from the Dark Chocobos. That's actually the first time that's happened. So a little stressed out on camera, so we'll see how this goes. So the world, into my scenarios. I'm currently in Lanzet, Port City Lidra. I haven't even finished all the quests in Port City Linden, and I still need to get the Ifrits. So that's where I'm at on this account, and I'm at level 28. The units I have that I'm primarily working on is Lightning. She's level 47 of 80. I haven't ground, or not grinded, but I haven't stuck any of the metal cactuars into her. So I'm thinking about doing that. And I'm leveling up Chizuru for the where am I at? For the Trustmaster. And you can see from my equipment, it's basically shit. And I have the Kiyomori, so that's gonna push out his damage. That's basically all his damage. And for my healer, I am actually using Luca. On this account, I'm very sad that I wasn't able to get Y'shtola through the last event. I didn't think I grinded hard enough. What I am doing is crafting her materials, though. Her weapons, her armor, actually. Just because I had enough just for 2 pieces, I'm really, really annoyed that I didn't get enough material to get the boots. So I'm working on her 2 major weapons. It's the wand and the coat. Those things are what I'm working on the most in this account. And a couple of other extra things that I'm really looking forward to is just really grinding out the quests. That's my primary focus. I think this upcoming event is going to be really helpful for progression in game and where I'm at and where I want to go for overall progression, because I need to get through the quests to get better equipment, because my defense is lacking on all my characters. My healer is Luca, right here. She's level 28 with absolutely crap for stats, so she has nothing on there. And I'm debating on working on making Minfilia a buffer or using Soleil. So I'm gonna see how this ends up going. Her HP and damage are pretty decent for early game. This will help me out a lot, and I think the boost helps out a lot. So we'll end up seeing how we go from there. I don't have a cleanser, so I might get that skill on Soleil. I also know that I'm getting the heal poison on Luca later on, so I'm kind of just debating on who's gonna be the healer buffer. She might help me out later on. So that's where I'm at right now. What I'm doing on a daily basis to get Lapis is my arena. I'm going into the arena to do these 5 times, at least 5 times, just to get the 40 Lapis. I'm doing every quest that I can and logging in. I think those are the really only ways right now to get extra Lapis. I'm gonna make a note of that on what I do daily, just to make sure that we get the most, or be most efficient as a free-to-play player. I'm really trying to get really high just so I can start using Lapis here for energy refills. I don't think it's worth it to refill energy until your energy is over 70, because you can go into the shop and just pick up the bundle. I think it's 70 energy for 100 Lapis, which is a much better deal now. So you can definitely go in here. As you can see, 70 energy for 100 Lapis. That's a better deal than me spending 100 energy and getting 38. So if you wanted to use that as a tip, you know, take it or leave it. Again, I don't think it's worth it to refill. I also have a really hard time continuing, because 100 Lapis to continue a scenario that I've lost at is really painful, unless like you see that you got the 2 chocobos in the pro version, and then only is it really worth it, because you wouldn't get at that much what is it, materials, or summoning materials, or purchasing materials until that time with that amount of refills, at least with this amount of energy. So that is it for me right now. That's enough rambling for me and my accounts. Hopefully I'm able to give you a little bit more value later on. Please like and subscribe. I know I'm still kind of like learning the ropes of this all. And let me know how I'm doing, if I'm doing crap, if I can do anything better for you guys. Let me know. Like, I'm gonna do my best here as a free-to-play player. Also want to choose some giveaways later on, creating an account and showing you how I'm able to grind so efficiently and effectively to let you know how well I'm doing. So I'm looking forward to the next event, and I'll give you my free-to-play early game decisions or reviews on the upcoming event. So thank you. Until the next video, I will see you then.